Hi, it's Valerie D'Ambrosio. This week's newsletter we spoke around values, and it was labeled, "Are your rules around health contributing to your dis-ease?" And understanding our values is super important. So values are guiding principles that help direct our lives. They're things that we hold most dear and most important to us. And we either have, we have actually two values. We have values that are unconscious, and those are the values that we might move away from. So those are more fear-based values. And then we have values that we move toward, and these are more values that we consciously move toward that ultimately bring us more joy. And so what I was speaking about was how I discovered as I was revisiting my values, which I definitely feel is important to do, which I frequently do with my clients. I would say at least every 6 months, if not once a year, going over your values, recognizing that who you are in present time changes, and also looking at the way in which we line up our values. So for a certain amount of time, I had a certain order to my values, and I realized that actually now the direction that I'm moving in, I wanted to bring certain values up to the forefront a little bit more. One of them being trust, to have that as a higher value. So now that's something that I check in with more frequently. And what I realized was that I have health and vitality as one of my values. And I had all of these rules about being healthy and vital. And those rules were, I had to exercise a certain amount of hours a week, and I had to eat a certain way, and I had to meditate a certain amount of minutes a day, and I had to be out in nature X amount of times a week, and the list goes on and on. And so what inevitably happened is that when I didn't follow through for whatever reason, maybe I was traveling, maybe just I wasn't feeling well, whatever the circumstances were, when I missed those rules, I basically felt defeated. So the rules that I had, I was setting myself up for failure. And so when I looked at that, I realized that what if I actually made values that were more easily accessible, and it wasn't an and situation, it was an or situation. So for example, anytime I do cardiovascular strength exercises, or anytime I consciously put healthy food into my body, or anytime I move my body consciously that invigorates me, or anytime I breathe deeply and consciously, that stimulates my parasympathetic nervous system. So all these ways actually bring me health, because what they're inevitably doing is raising my vibration, helping me feel better, and really taking away stress. And as we all know, stress is a huge factor in a lot of us being unhealthy in the world today. And so my suggestion would be to, especially with this new year, look at your values, your personal values, and maybe listing the top 7 and putting them in an order that you feel is appropriate to match who you are in present time. And then from that point, write out your rules and be really honest. What rules do you have around love and connection in your life? What rules do you have around success in your life? Right? What rules do you have around community or creativity? And the more clear you get, the more you'll see if you're setting yourself up for success or failure. So have a ton of fun with this. So here we are, the new year, stepping into a ton of possibility. We have so much support right now. Definitely keep an eye out for all the things that we're offering. Do not miss our workshop in Boulder, February 6th with Jamie Champion. It is gonna rock your world, I promise you. The tool that he has created is changing my life significantly, and many, many, many people that I know. Please stay in touch for more information around that. Check out vdacoaching.com. And as always, expect great things.